Well, good evening, race fans. Welcome here to the Ups. There. No, you got me, Dobbs.
Yeah, I got you.
Testing 1, 2. Welcome here to Wisconsin, the home of the head cheese. You got your cheese hat on. It got me a little distracted up here opening in, but we are here tonight for the American Sim Racing Club's Super Late Model Invitational presented by Sunoco. And I got my friend Racing Jason with me up here in the booth, along with tonight's other sponsors of the American Sim Racing Club. We can't do it without them. We want to thank Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, Jersey-style soups, subs, and salads serving West Michigan. The Pro Coat Powder Coating Perfect Attendance Award, money guaranteed to anyone that makes all of these races. Only 3 to go, including tonight. See who will get the Perfect Attendance Award presented by Pro Coat Powder Coating. The Bubba's About Broke podcast, highlighting short track races across the country each and every Monday on Spotify and Apple. Give them a listen and a like. Bubba's About Broke podcast. And tonight's Triple Crown Series race number 3, LaPlante Racing Products. Well, Jason, we got time trials already in the books in what is a unique little racetrack here this evening. We're going to have 2 heat races followed by tonight's 125-lap main event. We are here at the Slinger Speedway, and it's your first time being up here in Slinger.
Yeah, I tell you what, Al, this track is something else. I took a test drive. You know, I like test driving these things before we watch these races, but I swear I felt like my head was going to hit the passenger roll cage. I mean, you throw that thing off in the corner, and it feels like the G-force is insane. It almost throw you in there. This track is wild, Al. I like it.
Yeah, it's going to put on some great racing here this afternoon as the first heat race lines up behind the pace truck. It'll be Brett Hahn who set the fast time. And, well, if you look on top of this race car, that guy looking right at you, well, that is none other than the birthday boy right here, American Sim Racing Club's own David Payton. It's his birthday, and we wish him a happy birthday. And how about that special paint scheme on the 71 there, Jason? You got to love what these guys do for each other.
Yeah, that's good friendship right there. I mean, that's a good-looking wrap on that old car. Happy birthday to him. And we'll see if old Brett the Jet can't put that thing in victory lane. That'd be pretty cool to see.
I hope he doesn't break David's nose, though.
Yeah, or blacks his eye, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That would be just terrible.
Oh, man. Somebody's eye may get black, though, Al, with this little short racetrack tonight. I hope security's on standby.
Yeah, I hope they left their feelings at the front gate, because they're not going to need them here tonight. As the pace truck pulls off and the pit road will run on the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Get ready for some 11-second laps coming at you as the field rolls into turns 3 and 4 into the Sunoco restart zone. And we are racing for the first time here this evening. As we are there, we got one car sideways and does not bring out the flag yet. David Payton going around here as the field will roll back by. Now the Tallarico Boardwalk Sun yellow flag comes out. As David Payton's at sideways, maybe slipped in a little bit of birthday cake icing. Is also Zach Coyer around, Noah Boucher. So a few racers having a little bit of a tough go of it here to start. Let's take a look and see. We saw David Payton get loose off of turn number 2. What happened to Coyer? Zach Coyer and Noah Boucher. Oh, they just got tapped. Boucher up in front of Coyer, and, well, chain reaction here. And we're going to see quite a bit of that here this evening.
Yeah, they just got loose there, spun out. Oh, this is a tight track, Al. I don't know if you're a racist there or not, but I'm going to have to go try it out after this race.
Yeah, this is a very unique racetrack. They just ran the Slinger Nationals in the real world side of thing last night. Big super late model race, paying, I believe it was $20,000 to win last night right here at the Slinger Speedway. The ASRC comes in, they pack them in here once again. We're back racing.
Yeah, And that's something I wanted to see, was that outside, maybe get some little headway there. Hayden Swink in the 35, but not really that inside lines where you want to be early on, I believe, Al.
Yeah, there's Hayden Swank back there. How about the number 7 of McLaren? He works to the inside of Hayden Swank, trying to get that number 2 spot away. That would be a 1-row adjustment with 2 heat races here. Heat race number 1 will set the inside row. Heat race number 2 will set the outside row for tonight's main event. And what a great battle right there for your number 2 position. They are still door to door as they beat and bang off each other. The 35 of Swank with a run on the outside. He's going to hold on to it, but I tell you, McLaren holding tight right there on that left rear quarter panel.
Yeah, he definitely was. He's hanging on there pretty tight, but the thing started pushing real bad. Looked like maybe out of the throttle. Hayden got that higher momentum on that outside. He got it away, but I think Jackson's a little bit faster right now, looking for that P2 position.
He is, and right there behind him, Braden Cook in the 49, putting some pressure to that number 7 of McLaren. With 3 minutes left to go here in heat race number 1. And right behind him, John Kane on stead number 9. As we go on board with him with the LaPlante Racing Products onboard camera. You can just see how difficult this racetrack is. The banking, you gotta wrap that bottom. Tell you, these guys are gonna be worn out, and gals will be worn out here this evening at the Slinger Speedway. And I tell you, the lap times are quick, aren't they?
Yeah, they are absolutely turning some quick lap times right here. It's crazy to think, Al, that we drove all the way to Wisconsin, flew on the plane, and watched this track, and I thought, well, what circus are we going to tonight? But I love this place. I take back what I said on social media.
Yeah, well, you can't retract it. It's out there, and it's published.
Hayden Swink hit the fence there a little bit on the front straightaway.
He's holding that defensive line. Meanwhile, Brett Hahn out on the front of this one by some 3 seconds. So the defending champion, and looking there is now Swank up the racetrack. Here comes the 7 McLaren. He's got some fresh daylight, but Swank battling back hard on the outside, but McLaren going to take that number 2 spot away.
Yeah, Hayden Swank's going to get a new right front. A little contact, couple of cars, 49, 9, they all bump. Hit a little bumper tag there. Hayden trying to find a boy. I don't know how he got in line right there in front of Zach Corey. That was brave, but he definitely found position for that.
And he's back on attack now as he tries to work underneath the number 9 of Kane. And no, that's not Casey Kane. Simmer yourself there, Dobbs.
Oh, Casey Kane, boy.
That is John Kane in that number 9 car. Driver out of Yorkville, Illinois. A short drive here to get to Wisconsin Slinger, kind of a home track. This is across the border.
I tell you what, it was a long flight for me out here, Al, in the rain and the storms and all that. Hayden Swank's in the fence again. He's making a storm brewing right here.
Yes, meanwhile, McLaren starting to cut into that race lead, just 2.5 seconds now. Backside of this man, the number 71 of Brett Hahn, sporting that David Patton happy birthday scheme here tonight. With under 1 minute to go here in heat race number 1. 23 laps. They can either go 50 laps or the scheduled 6 minutes. Whatever comes close. And I think tonight will be the closest we get to that 50 lap distance.
Yeah, I mean, we're already on lap 24. I mean, these laps wind down so fast. I mean, this is crazy. I like this little place, little bull ring. I can't wait to see 125 laps when it all money's on the line now. It's going to be exciting for sure.
Yeah, there will be 25 seconds left to go. Jackson McLaren in that number 7 car runs in number 2. How about Braden Cook having a good outing with that number 49? And this team has really turned the page over the latter half of this season and finds himself looking for a 5th place starting spot on the grid if he can hold on to it here with 1 minute to go. And as I say that, the 49 has a little bit of a connection issue. Looks like he's back out there though, as the checkered is out. Then Brett Hahn picking up the win. McLaren second, Cook third, John Kane and Hayden Swank rounding out your top 5. So that'll do it for heat race number 1. As heat race number 2 gets ready to populate the starting grid, and this is what it'll look like. Starting up on the front row of heat race number 2. It's going to be Braxton Noese in that number 8 car. Outside of him, the number 52 of Jeff Dillon. Starting on the inside of row number 4, it'll be Debbie Cruz in car number 33. And outside of him, Devin McDonald, the driver out of Newfoundland. Heather Long will roll off in the 5th. Scott Negis, 6th. James Poleski in the 93, 7th. And Zachary Postma will roll off in the 8th and final starting spot here tonight in heat race number 2. And Jason, we learned that the outside lane can kind of hold off that outside or the inside lane. What do you think those drivers here in this heat race learned from watching heat race number 1?
Well, they're going to learn, I don't really know what to say, but I don't even know what I was getting at, Al, but let me redo this. I got tongue-tied, and I think they're going to try to watch Braxton DeWeese on this start right here, see how far he gets ahead, kind of like Brett did. Now Braxton's going to go to the back, last week's winner, so I don't know. I would try the outside, just this heat race. I don't know if you can really get anything going or not, but it's going to be tight when all these cars are together in the feature, so the outside line might come in, maybe. I don't know.
You will see the field is lining up behind the pace car. That's going to put the 17 of Heather Long on a pole. First start of the season for the 17. Outside of her, the 52 of Jeff Dillon, longtime competitor here, is heat race number 2. Gets ready to go green flag racing, and the green flag is up, and we are underway to set that outside lane here, and you want to get up as far as you can. Jeff Dillon with a good run off the corner. Whew.
Oh, hard contact, Al. I mean, not too. Oh, they're battling up here for this race lead, though.
Yeah, Long going to take that spot away. Here comes the 18 of McDonald, trying to fill that hole. Jeff Dillon up on the outside. James Poleski in that number 93, working down to the inside, and a little bit of contact up front, side by side, once again down to the turn number 3.
Yes, oh, Dillon's going to spin. He got a front end of Poleski there.
And yellow flag flying here in heat race number 2 for the 52 of Jeff Dillon. Let's take a look and see if we can see what happens. Down in the corner, oh, there's 2 cars looking for the same spot. Kind of got hooked on each other. And around Dillon went. Contact to the backside of that race car, but it don't look like it's too bad.
No, I don't think so, Al. They're only going 60-something mile an hour going in these corners, so, you know, it looks fast. The laps are real quick, but I don't think, unless they just really get door slammed, I think they'll have some chances to get the car where it'll still drive.
So we'll see James Poleski getting put to the rear of the field for the contact there. Is up front, it is the number 17 of Heather DeLong. In that 17 car, the night outside of her, the 18 of
Devin McDonald.
Devin McDonald. There's we're back green flag racing. Sorry, thanks for finishing my thoughts.
Look at Devin McDonald right outside. Got a heck of a line that time. Pushed up a little bit side by side down the front straightaway. Boy, I tell you, that outside line now might work.
Yeah, McDonald going to try to get down in front of DeLong. He will do so. Here comes last race winner. We were off last week for the 4th of July. The number 8, the Interstate Ford car. Now Braxton DeWeese from the rear to second here in heat race number 2. Oh! Nice save.
Dillon's getting bounced around like a pinball out here.
How about that? Would be the save of the night. Dillon now up the racetrack, 29 of Negis. 55 on your scoring pylon. Is now the 93 and 52 still make more contact. They're bouncing off each other. Oh, Lord.
Might do a little body work for this heat race, for this featured lineup. Oh, boy, a lot of gimme right here, right now in this heat race. That'll probably change in the feature a little bit later. The side-by-side battle between these two right here going into turn 3. I like this. This is intense.
It is, and Jeff Dillon going to lose. Here comes Legis in that 29 car. Down the inside, the number 8 right there behind that, Zachary Postma. And Postma not being able to make some ground, but up front we got a battle for your race lead, and they are door to door off of turn number 2.
Well, here we go. This is what we wanted to see, Al. Good battle for the lead, McDonald and DeWeese.
Deweese down to that inside lane there, and I tell you, the 18 holding court up on the outside. I think you're going to see that if you can hold him down, but washes up the racetrack. New race leader Braxton Deweese here with 2:20 left to go.
Braxton Deweese, he's such a good race car driver. Oh no, a little contact. Oh, McDonald let him get the spot back. That was good sportsmanship right there, but just drove that thing off in there a little hard. Little contact to Braxton, but super awesome sportsmanship right there, Al. You like to see that.
Yeah, you definitely want to see that. You know that the 18 did not mean to get into the back row, and you saw him just way up to let the 8 car gather it. And that's what you see. That's what you come to expect when you come here and race with the ASRC. We got a lot of new faces, but already showing a lot of respect. And as I said, a little bit of bumper tag, and around we'll go there. And Poleski's going to go to second now.
Oh, I think the 18's got something broke. He just turned dead right there. I don't know.
I think the tires might be a little bit dirty on that number 18 car, but James Poleski into the number 2 spot.
What a drift and save by McDonald right there in that 18 Rowdy car. That was pretty impressive.
That it was. Jeff Dillon starting to close back in up on this battle for the 3rd spot. You might be asking yourself, why are they battling so hard in a heat race? They are all making the show here tonight. Well, it's because each spot is worth a row more towards the front, and these lap times, 11-second lap times, the race goes by fairly quick.
Yeah, it does. It goes by fast. And I mean, Al, I kind of wish we run 200 laps around this joint tonight. You know, it's very entertaining, and there's going to be a lot of good racing.
38 seconds left to go. Braxton Deweese up on the front of this one, 1.6 seconds over Poleski. McDonald, Dillon, Nijas Postma, and Heather Long. And a tough break for Long. She was up at the front of this one, battling for the race lead. Now battling here for the 6th spot. Gets around to number 8 of Postma with 10 seconds left to go here for Braxton Deweese.
That's pretty impressive for Braxton right there. Now, will he have to start shotgun to the field in the feature, Al? Or?
I do believe so. So that's going to give James Poleski the outside of the front row. But good practice as Checkered is out, and Deweese going to pick up the win. Poleski second. The battle for 3rd going to go to McDonald, Dillon, and Nijas, rounding out your top 5. And just like that, we are done with qualifying. The field is set as we get ready to go with tonight's 125 lap main event. They'll have a little bit of happy hour, and as they do that, let's take care of a little bit of some housekeeping. Let's throw up, as tonight is a LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series, 1 race remaining, and that is tonight at Slinger Speedway. And you see Zach Nichols was leading the points, but Zach unable to make the tow here tonight. So Brett Hahn will assume the race lead with the points there as he battles with Zach Coyer, Braxton Deweese, Tanner Tallarico, and James Poleski. Your top 5 in the points here tonight. And, well, they'll get a champion will receive $30 and a LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown trophy. So pretty cool of LaPlante being a proud sponsor of that for the Triple Crown Series.
Yeah, that is pretty cool to have a sponsor to come in there and do something like that, Al. You know, that makes these race car drivers really want to fight hard and win something like that. That'd be pretty impressive to brag about to all your buddies, you know what I mean?
Hey, plus the cold hard cash is nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I would take the cash and I'd buy RC stuff. I would call Al's Speed Shop and say, I need some of this, this, and this, and have it shipped on my way.
There you go. This race is going to be quite interesting here tonight. I think 125 laps. It doesn't seem like a long time, but I think you got to manage those tires. We saw in those heat races, cars getting tight going up the racetrack. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of that. I think you got to get in there, kind of ride around a little bit, and let's see if the truck can get us a view of the pits here. We'll see if we can see. You see down the backstretch as we look down at Noah Boucher, we have one car rolling out, Hayden Swank, and you come out of turn number 4 right there. And I tell you, I don't know if they're going to be able to pit without losing any time.
Yeah, they're going to be tough here. You're going to have to make sure your guys is really fast getting some tires changed or some damage fixed. But I'm with you, Al. I don't know if they have enough time. Or taking tires.
It'll be interesting to see as we look down on the 35 of Hayden Swank. And Swank showed speed early on, then faded. And he will have to stop or start a little bit deeper into the field here tonight. A lot of unknowns, though. You got a lot of new faces. We got some guys that are just part-timers that are following this Triple Crown series, like James Pileski. And coming off a week and only 3 races remaining after tonight, we head to Indiana to the Lucas Oil Raceway Park before making our way to the Hickory Motor Speedway for the final round of the season. So only 3 races remain in the 2024 Summer Series points chase. All right.
It's been a great season now.
This is your starting grid for tonight's 125 lap main event. Up on the front of this one, the number 71 of Brett the Jet gonna roll off at P number 1. Braxton Louise picked up the win. He'll have to go tailside, but he was slated to start second. Jackson McLaren and James Pileski will roll off in row number 2. Row number 3 will be Braden Cook and Devin McDonald. 7th starting spot, the driver out of Illinois, the number 9 of John Kane, and outside of him, the 52 of Jeff Dillon. Hayden Swank and Scott Negis will make up row number 5. Row 6 will go to Zach Coyer, and outside of him, the number 12 will be Heather Long. Remaining grid, we'll see David Payton, the birthday boy, starting 13th, Zachary Postma 14th, Noah Boucher, Debbie Cruz, and the boss man himself, Tanner Tallarico, slated to go off in spot number 17. I think Tanner is elected to go into the control booth with the larger crowd here tonight. The field rolls off behind that pace truck.
It's good to see a big turnout tonight out these race cars, you know. It's been kind of low, but now we kind of got a bunch back in there. It's good to see, you know. Good to see racing.
Some cars moving around behind that pace truck as it goes off, and the field not really bunched up yet. But it's going to be Brett Hahn and James Pileski up on the front row. I don't think we're going to go this time.
No, I think I seen where they canceled it for about two laps. Now they bring back out the pace truck. I don't know. May have a little water on. Well, we got some debris on the track or something else. Somebody throw a hot dog. Did you throw a hot dog wrapper out there?
No, sir. It was a Tanner Tallarico's Boardwalk sub wrapper.
Okay. Hey, I didn't know.
Well, I ate your sub on you, so you will know.
Well, that's a little bit ridiculous right there, buddy. That's not how you treat your buddies.
Green flag is up, and we are underway. Down through turns 1 and 2 for the first time, and everybody making their way, and it'll be the 71 showing the raceway as your top 3 cars get single file. Braden Cook a little bit sideways back there.
Tell you what, Al, I'm sideways. I don't know where to watch. I'm watching every car on this racetrack, tight corners. They're giving a lot of give and take right now. Pretty impressive. We clicked off 3 laps already, and they haven't wrecked. I'm impressed.
Yeah, we would have been in the wall ourselves, but the 71 of Brett Hahn holding on to that race lead over Pileski, and McLaren running in 3rd. 4th spot, 52 of Jeff Dillon. Negis running in the 5th spot. And when we take a look back at last week's winner, already up 3 positions. That is the number 8 car of Braxton Luis's fan club out there in the chat. As we see a little bit of battle up there further between Zach Coyer and John Kane as they are side by side. Here comes David Payton, the birthday boy, trying to pick up a present here tonight at the Slinger Speedway. What an exciting night that would be for him if he could pick up that win.
It would be pretty impressive to pick up a win on your birthday. You know, and as the laps are just, flying by out, what's going to happen when Brett the Jet catches the back of this field and starts lapping car in second place? Right there, Pileski. It's going to slow Brett down unless they just get out of his way. That's going to be real interesting how fast they're running around this racetrack.
Yeah, Pileski right there to the back side of that number 71. As we look out the back of the Sunoco onboard camera, and the top three cars are nose to tail. And Pileski gets a great run in through the center, but Brett getting him off the corner. You can see the different lines. Brett Hahn showing the way.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys are just driving the thing in there so hard, and they're pushing really hard about center of the corner, and it's kind of throwing them up the racetrack a little bit. It looks like to me, anyway, they're pushing just a little bit. And I don't know, McLaren's looking good, Pileski's car's looking good, and Brett just hanging on, trying to just keep looking out the front of the thing and just drive forward.
And this racetrack, very odd to drive around. The walls kind of, they're straight, but they're not straight. They come up really quick. They get really tight up off the corner down the straightaway. Corner is very wide, but you want to be right down on that yellow line. You can see that top three about a second in front of fourth.
I don't know if we're going to see that outside line perform like we wanted to, but these guys have just put up one heck of a race up together. Already 16 laps in, they're single filed out. Look at the lap time still. Jackson McLaren running 11.4 right there. Still just flying around this place.
Yeah, 11.4s, 11.5s all the way through the field here as we watch the battle between David Payton and Noah Boucher. Right there behind them is the number 8 of Braxton Deweese, and Deweese trying to knock on the top 10 as he works down here through the corner. As David Payton gets the outside wall and up the racetrack he will go. So that'll give the 10th spot to the 8 of Braxton Deweese.
Yeah, well, you missed it, Al, but Jackson McLaren picked up second right there. Pileski got a little bit tight. Jackson went to the inside of him, took over second. Now he's got his sights set on Brett.
Let's take a quick look at that pass and see it as he came off the corner. Oh, Pileski got that outside wall. And a little contact between those two, but McLaren's going to hold on and take that lead as we come back to live action. Wonder if there's any love lost between those two as Pileski takes a look to the inside of McLaren. McLaren gives him the space, a little bit more contact through turns 1 and 2.
I'll tell you what, he left the middle lane. He rode the middle lane right there. Try to get Jackson a little taste of that outside wall. Uh-oh, Al, this might be a little interesting here as these two battle it out. But what about Dillon right here? He's worked his way up through there. He wants some of this action.
Jeff Dillon able to close back in. Don't count out that red and black car of Scott Neegers. Runs in that 5th position either. He's right there as well. Meanwhile, Brett Hahn has opened it up to a 1.3 second gap, and they got a lap car of Postma between those two, but he'll be a gentleman and bow out of the way and let these race leaders get on by.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do. Just get up out of the way, let those guys run their race. A little give and take, and I'll tell you, I'm real impressed with Dillon, though. That beautiful looking American paint scheme car. He's up P4. He's got his sights set on McLaren. He's got a fast looking hot rod also.
He does, and that Pontiac really working well. As we look through the rest of the field, let's go back here to spot number 7, Hayden Swink, putting some pressure. We go on board with the driver out of Georgia. You ever been to Georgia, Dobbs?
I have. I've been to Georgia several times. I drive down through there when I go to Florida or something like that. But yeah, I've been to Georgia. You ever been to Georgia, Al?
I have not. How about Wisconsin? I've never been there. Close once.
I don't think I'd ever want to go to Wisconsin. I don't like.
You don't like cheese?
Well, I like cheese, but I'm just not a fan of the football teams. And for me, it's all about football, Al.
Swank gonna get by the 49 of Cook, putting him back to the 7th spot. Zach Coyer He has got a trunk full of the number 8 of Braxton Louise. That's the battle for the 8th spot. As he is trying there, as they'll work around number 8 of Postma. Braxton Louise trying to get there.
I tell you what, you get that kid a couple of yellows and some tires, a little pit strategy, he'll be up there. Don't count that kid out, boy. He is a race car driver. And like you said, big fan club comes in each and every week, watches him, supports him, and just all around good good race car driver. And heck, if he had T-shirts, I'd buy a couple.
Braxton gonna get around Quire to put himself into the 8th spot for car number 8. And Devin McDonald back here trying to catch up to the 38 of David Payton, trying to figure out a way around at number 17 of Heather DeLong, and she's been busy with the number 16 Noah Boucher.
Yeah, this is a lot of action now. I don't even know which monitor to watch up here. We got 4 different monitors, and my head just swivel. You know, it's on a swivel. I don't know what to do.
I know. I'm waiting for your head to spin around. You're sitting here. You don't know what to do with your hands. I mean, these guys are clicking off the laps here, 38 laps in heavy lap traffic right in front of your race leader. Already Postma and Kane down 1 lap to their rears. And how about this? The number 18 of Devin McDonald battling hard to stay on the lead lap right in front of your race leader. And contact right there. And you got to be wondering, Brett Hahn's like, all right, I got to go, fellas. Let's go. He's got 2 lap cars now. In between them is now McDonald up the racetrack. Put 3 cars between himself and the number 93 of Pileski.
Yeah, and I mean, with all due respect to the leader, I mean, if you're going a lap down, I think it's okay to race, you know.
The first time.
I would, right. I mean, I would race the leader as hard as I could and stay on the lead lap. That's just me, my aggressiveness. But, I mean, once you kind of get the point that you're going to get lapped, just move over, let them go. And Brett the Jet's got a good-looking race car. Things dialed in right now, and he's just trying to put as many guys a lap down as just as possible and get away from second place right here.
Yeah, right now 12 cars remain on the lead lap, and the next one is the birthday boy. And David Payton sees that car coming up behind him as he puts a move down to the inside. Don't tell his wife, but here comes the 38 of David Payton putting a move on Heather DeLong, and oh, they're rubbing fenders.
Oh boy!
Oh, more contact.
I'll tell you what, those two are all over each other right there like a Friday night square dancing, boy. It's getting rough out there.
They know that the race leader coming right there behind them. It's got to stay on that lead lap. And they are racing hard. And right now, only 1 car separating your race leader of Brett Hahn. And there is 1 car up the racetrack. Heather DeLong headed to the pits. Right front tire off of the car. So a tough break for the 17 of Long going pit side here on lap number 48.
Tough break for her. She's having a pretty good run right here with these guys. She's battling hard with them.
Into the pits, and now David Payton going to go down 1 lap. That's got to look a little bit in your rear view mirror. You look up, and well, it's a picture of you.
Yeah, you know, Al, I had back in the day, I used to race a league. I had some guys do the same thing for me, and they put stupid Alabama stuff on the car. And it was devastating, but it was pretty cool. They all done it. There was like 3 or 4 of them that did it, and I think it's on the YouTube channel here somewhere with the 33 Racing Network. We're going to have to find it, and I'll share it with you. But it was weird seeing my picture with Alabama stuff all over the car.
Already working lap number 53 as they work here. As we look at the 52 of Jeff Dillon, who's doing a good job in this race, is really going by quickly as Braxton Louise up into that 7th spot, and he's working the 35 of Hayden Swank. Remember, we saw Louise go from last to first in his heat race. And he is trying to get up there, trying to limit the amount of points going to be given if the race were to end right now to the 90 or to the 71 of Hahn, and those two are top of your current point standings. He gets a little help right there as Hayden Swank got caught up behind the number 8 of Postma.
Yeah, just bad timing there. What about, I'll tell you what, man, It's laps. We're almost lapped 60, Al. I thought we were going to be here for a while, you know. This thing's flying by. No yellows? This is kind of weird.
Don't jinx us yet.
You're right.
These guys doing a great job as they work around here. Is Brett Hahn working on Noah Boucher. Boucher in the LaPlante Racing Products car. Working the outside of the speedway. That is 10th place, so Hahn going to put him by. And it's going to put 9 cars on the lead lap as soon as Brett Hahn can get by him. He has a 1.9 second lead over Pileski. Pileski runs in second. Third spot, Jackson McLaren, and those two have been together. Don't count out Jeff Dillon. He's been quietly in the 4th spot.
Sorry, Al. Noah gave a shot to Brett there. Him and Peyton's racing each other, and I mean, had nowhere to go, and he gave Brett a little shot there going in the corner. Ooh, I don't know. Brett may not like that as much. You know, lap down guys trying to battle out for position. He almost lost it.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows, though, those guys battling for that. If the Tallarico Boardwalk sub-yellow flag were to come out, that they need to be in that position to be the first car 1 lap down. And that's what that battle is between Noah Boucher and David Payton right here.
Tell you what, though, Brett the Jet, he is laying down a heck of a pace. Guy's a wheel man, Al. He is an absolute wheel man.
The question is he going too hard as we just got past the halfway point of tonight's 125 lap LaPlante Racing Products 125. Here as he comes up on the backside of the 13 of Zach Coyer. Coyer runs in the 9th position, and he's missing a little bit of body work on the front of that car, missing the nose cone.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's missing the whole front of that old hot rod, and we missed that, Al. I don't know what happened there, but that thing's got to be driving. Well, I don't know. I'm sure aerodynamics really don't mean much here at this little bull ring.
Zach Coyer going to go down 1 lap. That's going to leave 8 cars on the lap, or lead lap right now. It's 70. Going to put lap 69 into the books and start lap number 70. So this one closing in. There's Jackson McLaren. As we go on board with him with the LaPlante Racing Products onboard camera. He is starting to lose ground to the 93 of Pileski. The McLaren runs in spot number 3, and we look out the backside of him. Jeff Dillon right there. How about the number 8 of Braxton Luis inside the top 5?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. He is on a mission. Fast lap was 11.2. That Ford Mustang is I mean, it's setting some fast pace. But does he have enough time? That's going to be the deciding factor if he has enough time to get up there. Is Brett too far gone?
And Brett right now out front of second place running Pileski by 3.5 seconds. McLaren and Dillon battled out, and as they battled out, that's bringing this to the number 8 car to be watching there. Go back to the battle. 1 car down into the infield. That was the 38 of David Payton. And Payton going to try to get rolling on the infield to get back out there. We'll see if he can do so without drawing a yellow flag as the 71 of Brett Hahn leads it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to caution right now if I was Brett the Jet. I really wouldn't. I'd want this thing to stay green. Surprising that we've stayed green this long, but that just goes to show you how talented these race car drivers are in this league. Even the newcomers, man, they're putting on a heck of a show.
Yeah, absolutely. Battle for that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot, making the top 4th or 2nd through 5th. As Brett doesn't want to play, but they are playing bumper tag back here. The 8 car a little bit sideways. Jeff Dillon now going to start to apply the pressure to the 7 of McLaren. McLaren catching the number 8 of Postma just a little bit in the wrong spot as they close in. Back in on the 93 of Pileski. Pileski running there in spot number 2.
Yeah, now this is where it's going to be real exciting right here, Al. You've got a hungry Braxton Luis back here, P5. You got some of these guys starting to push. or maybe got their tires hot. They're slick. You know, they're fading. And they get bunched up here, Al. This is going to be exciting.
Second through fifth. Now make it six as Hayden Swank is right there as well.
Nice recovery for Hayden. You know, he had a tough break in that heat race. Kind of lost a whole track of positions. Recovered well. P6 right now. Really good job coming back. Here comes DeWeese, going to sky bomb that thing off into Jeff Dillon right there. Trying to take, oh, I thought there'd been a little contact. No.
DeWeese going to work up underneath them as they work down here. This is the battle for the fourth spot. Braxton DeWeese going to try to make it stick. Gets a good run off of turn number 4. And as they battle it out, it was just taking a look here. Best laps were 11.3s and 11.2s, and they are now falling off to about 1 second from the start of this race. Everyone into the 12-second range as they work here around the Slinger Speedway, and they are 2 by 2, 2 rows deep, and that is Braxton DeWeese. And here comes the 35 of Hayden Swank.
I'll tell you what, Braxton made a bonsai move, son, to get under Jackson McLaren right there for that position. Never hit him. He just sucked that thing down in there, made the pass. I mean, that was pretty impressive to watch. I've been watching that 08 car. That thing is hooked right now. I'll tell you, I don't want to jinx nothing, but a yellow comes out. This 8 car is going to be tough to hold back.
Hayden Swank going to get by the number 52 of Dillon. That was for the 5th spot. Now the 35 going to attack the 7 of Jackson McLaren here. And believe it or not, 36 laps to go here. Is now making 35 as Brett Hahn crosses the line. He's got 8th place running Scott Negis right there in front of him. And Brett did not want to come and play with anybody tonight. He is some 6 seconds out in front here as he works around here. And I tell you, DeWeese is going to start to put some pressure on the 93 as we go on board with the Sunoco onboard camera with Braxton DeWeese.
Braxton DeWeese is fine, but you know, we talked to Brett earlier before the broadcast and everything. Brett was calm, cool, just like always. You know, laughing, joking, and that's what you want as a race car driver. You know, and I know emotions get to these guys sometimes, but Brett was just a cool cat, talking about his buddy's birthday, got it on the front of the car. And I mean, he's just out here on a Sunday drive.
That he is, and he's working out here very well as the battle for second rages on. Here it comes DeWeese with a peek down to the inside. Nothing doing that time as they roll up off of turn number 4. And I'll tell you, Pileski doing a masterful job right there behind them. And the 8, maybe a little bit of a love tap through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, a little love tap there. And, well, I don't know. This is going to get real exciting here between these two. Ooh, what's going to happen now?
Going to be interesting to say is Pileski up the racetrack. A little bit of contact. The 8 going to get underneath them. 93 going to try to cut back underneath them. Not going to be able to do so as Braxton DeWeese now 6.5 seconds. I think that's going to about do it unless we get that Tallarico Boardwalk sub. 6 seconds with about 20 laps to go. 25 laps to go. A little bit too much, I think, to make up. We'll have to wait and see a clean track, see how much time he makes up. That last time by, they ran about identical lap times.
Yeah, those two right there, I mean, I'm impressed with Braxton. Started shotgun to the field, up to P2 on lap 100. I mean, that's pretty insane.
And the car looks brand new. No marks on that number 8.
No, if I was somebody, I know this is sim racing to real life racing, but if I was somebody in the real life world looking for a race car driver, young race car driver, I would be going after this kid right here. I mean, I think he has all kinds of talent. You should buy a car, Alan, put him in it.
You buy the car and I'll watch.
No sponsorship?
No. I'm poor.
Unbelievable.
I know. It's hard. It's hard. But DeWeese already taken off about 0.3 of a second with 20 laps to go. And I tell you, That time getting closer is now Brett Hondo coming into the back half of that field, and 19 laps to go, and we're going to be sub 6 seconds back. You got to start wondering, did the 71 use up those tires? Can Braxton Luis get there with 18 laps to go?
He's trying, but you want to talk about a battle right here. Hayden Swank, man, what a job he's done. He's at the P4. This gaggle of car here, I mean, they're all nose to tail, giving each other plenty of room. I mean, I'm just so shocked, Al. I swear I cannot believe this thing has went green flag so far.
Yeah, I can't believe it's gone green. The checker right now is here comes the 52 of Jeff Dillon, and Dillon under attack by Brady Cook in that number 49 car.
Yeah, Braden's had a good run tonight, Al. And like you said, last couple of weeks he's really shown some speed, and that's good to see. You know, a little driver like that can run good. And he's running an outstanding race here tonight again, looking for P5. P6, one of them, I can't remember.
He's going for P6, but I mean, right there in front of him, you got Swank in 4th, McLaren that runs 5th, Dillon is 6th, and Braden Cook in that 7th spot, and they are all right there in the race leader behind them with 13 laps to go, and the race lead down to 5 seconds.
Oh, Hayden Swank got loose right there. I don't know what happened. Flew up the racetrack. Got a tire down or something. That thing's all over the racetrack now. He's trying to get past Noah Boucher. I tell you, he's struggling trying to get by through there.
It's late in this run. They've been racing hard for the last 113 laps. And those tires are probably screamingly mad. Ten to go.
10 laps to go. I tell you, it's
I don't think it's
winding
over.
Down.
I don't think it's over. Look at the gap between first and second. Under 4 seconds. And I tell you, the 8 car is charging. Is he going to have enough time?
He may. I don't know. It's going to be close. 4 seconds, though, with these guys up here battling it out. He might have some time. I don't know, Al. It's going to be tight.
It's going to be tight. Now the 49 of Cook going to go around the outside of Jeff Dillon for that position. As we watch the 71, but right there in front of him, Braden Cook going to get around the outside. Now it's going to go on the attack around the 7 of Jackson McLaren. Is the outside lane starting to come in, or is it just one of those things? Well, the inside lane kind of clogged up. Here comes Braden Cook. He's looking for 5th.
He's got that thing up on the high side, and we were wondering now if that would work. These guys get down here at the bottom, and they're probably tight. Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't know how they didn't wreck each other.
4 laps to go this time, and the race lead down to 2.5 seconds. Couple cars in between there. One car, Swank, was sideways, holds on to it.
I don't know how they ever wrecked 10 laps ago, man. They beat each other to death, and they're still not done. Holy moly. 3 laps to go, and right now Brett Hahn has 3 lap cars between himself and second place running Braxton Luis. He just wants to see the white flag come out. Oh, there it is. There it is. We're going to go to overtime. The first Alrica Boardwalk sub-yellow flag coming out for Noah Boucher, who went around on the front stretch, and I'm not sure what happened. He might have had some help. I'm not really sure. But, oh, boy, does this set up something special here at the end. The LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series and the LaPlante Racing Products 125. I'll tell you what, the lap car was in the way, and just a little contact, but uh-oh.
Let's take a look back here and see what happened. See him working the outside there. Jackson McLaren to the inside. They come up off the corner. Oh, and the 49 Cook got the outside wall along with Boucher. And I missed who it was. Let's go back and see it one more time from a different angle. Someone tagged the backside of Boucher. I believe it might have been Hayden Swank. It was. And around he went. So.
Well, I tell you that, just good hard racing. It's a tough break for Boucher, but I mean the guy's coming down almost to get the white flag.
So now Braxton DeWeese is going to be right there on the back side. And I tell you, impressive run. Brett was almost 7 seconds in front of DeWeese when he took second spot away from Pileski. And now they're going to be side by side coming to the green flag here as they head towards the Sunoco restart zone. Whew, strapped in?
I'm ready. Green flag, here we go. Oh no, DeWeese hit the wall.
Braxton DeWeese hits the wall, but he gets a good run around the outside of Pileski. Now he's on the attack, this time off of turn number 4. White Silk will fly. Final trip around the speedway. All eyes are up at the top side of this as they work through turns 1 and 2. Final trip down the backstretch. Can DeWeese get there? DeWeese right to the back bumper. Bumps him a little bit, but it's going to be Brett Hahn picking up the win. DeWeese second, Pileski third. McLaren and Swank rounding out your top 5, and wow.
I thought we were about to see the Intimidator. I thought we were about to see it, Al.
How about that run from Braxton DeWeese as Brett Hahn burns it down here on the front stretch. And he will pick up the LaPlante Racing Products 125. And that'll also, I'm pretty sure, secure him the LaPlante Triple Crown Series win as he's going to head down into the Billy Brown Insurance victory lane here on the front stretch. And Jason, I'll send you down there as we get ready to go with the LaPlante Racing Products post-race show. Well, Jason, you've made it down to track side. You've got headed there towards victory lane. And I believe you are down there as Brett starts to get unbuckled in that 71.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I'm down here with the man that we spoke with earlier, but man, put on a clinic tonight. Brett the Jet with another win, buddy. Tell us all about it.
Oh man, Jason, I tell you what, this one feels good. After leading all the laps here tonight and then that late race yellow, I had all my nerves strung up high because I know me and Braxton were fighting for that championship here coming into tonight. You know, he closed up with a win 2 weeks ago, so it definitely had me on the edge of the seat. I did not want to see that yellow.
Yeah, I tell you, that yellow come out, and me and Al, we were up here hugging each other because we were all so excited, but I thought you were going to get the old Intimidator move there at Bristol. I thought he was going to give it to you.
Yeah, I was expecting, you know, at least a little bump just to see what he had. So I even purposely waited to jump on the throttle just a little bit so I didn't get myself sideways and then with a tap, you know, get sent on around. I just had to hit my marks there on the last couple laps. I mean, this right front was killed. So I was doing my all to keep this thing down and get a straight drive off because that's the key with Slinger here, you know. Being patient on that throttle, even though, you know, it seems like a tight track and, you know, you can just hammer down. You really had to be patient on that throttle here tonight.
Well, you did a heck of a job, man. And you also picked up that LaPlante Triple Crown Series points, I guess, also. That's pretty cool.
Yep, I believe so, Jason. So got to shout out LaPlante for sponsoring these races and whatever comes with that. Super excited to win that for them. And, yeah. You know, adds to another thing this season, adds another win, and hopefully sets me up pretty good for the points, too, because it's going to come down to a barn burner these last 2 races.
Heck yeah, man. Well, add some more to the history books there for you. And I know you got a special paint scheme on this old hot rod tonight. And where's the birthday cake at? Me and Al's ready to eat some.
Oh, yeah, it's down in the 38 box. Old Dave Payton's birthday here tonight, so got to give a shout-out to Dave. His birthday is faces on the hood and then all the stuff done up. Sadly, Dave didn't have the race he wanted there. I think got maybe turned or something and got stuck in the infield. So not the finish he wanted on his birthday, but hopefully this thing looks good in victory lane, at least for him here tonight.
It looks pretty sharp. But, man, congratulations on the win. And we'll roll out the red carpet for you, let you thank whoever.
Yeah, for sure, Jason. Of course, you and Al in Turn 3 Race Network up in the booth. You guys do a heck of a job. Can't wait to rewatch. Here sitting next to me, got the crew chief Carson here, cheering me on, giving me all sorts of good information. The girlfriend Jessie, Grandma Grammy, and then Mom and Dad. Hopefully, I bet Dad's watching as well. So, got to give out shout out to all of them, and of course, all the other Brett Jet fans out there. Tanner for this league, and all the other drivers at ASRC. I mean, over 125, almost 125 laps green at Slinger. I mean, that is unheard of. So, got to give a big shout out to all the drivers in here tonight, and Braxton as well for a great race there at the end.
Well, heck yeah, man. Way to put on a show. Let every lap wire to wire. Go celebrate with Dave and save some of that cake. Me and Al will be down there shortly.
Oh, yeah, partying all night long here tonight.
Back to you, Al.
That cake sounds pretty good, and a driver that looks a little bit worn out here tonight. Well, that's the driver of that number 8 car, and Braxton coming from the rear not once but twice, did it in the heat race, and you almost got there here tonight. Talk about that and what an amazing job not only yourself but all the competitors did here tonight to only have one yellow flag, and you had to be licking your chops when that came out.
Yeah, I was just frustrated. I was just looking at the lap times and seeing I was about a tenth or two quicker at times consistently, and I was like, oh my goodness, we need a caution like now or something. And I didn't expect to be able to go through the field like that, and I didn't expect there to be no cautions like that. And it seems like every time I have to go to the back because you win, it's been at tracks to where it's so hard to pass, or there's just no cautions, like at Oxford and then Thompson and then here. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. So I'd be happy that we had a really fast car, but we still lost points on the championship even though we were the fastest car out there on the track. So that's what I'm really frustrated about, but we just got to try to do the best we can for the next 2 races and see if we can close the gap, and hopefully we can have a little bit more luck, and hopefully Brett could have a little bit more of the luck that I was having here recently. So, but it is what it is.
Only 2 more races remain to wrap up the month of July, and that's the end of the season. We got IRP coming up next week, and then Hickory. Out of those 2 racetracks, I mean, you're not going to have to start at the back of the field headed into next week. And IRP, one of those tracks historically tough to pass at. So probably a little bit of a blessing. I know you lost a little bit of ground here tonight, but you really limited how much you lost considering what it could have been here at Slinger Speedway.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely got to be happy with the second. How it went, like you said, it could have been a lot worse, but felt like it could have been a lot better too. But you can't go with what ifs and whatnot. So, like I said, we're just gonna go to next week at IRP and try to be out front. Like you said, we won't have to start out in the rear as long as we don't qualify and as long as we don't do bad in the heat race. So we're going to try to do the best we can to be up front there. That's the home track on the schedule for me. I live in Ohio, but that's the closest track to me on the schedule. So we'll try to do our best there and see what we can do. I want to win, but I don't want to have to start in the back at Hickory. But it's just that's frustrating. It makes it difficult, but Brett has had to do it too, so it is what it is. Move on next week.
Move on to next week. We look forward to see you in this number 8 Ford Mustang on the racetrack once again. And with 2 weeks left to go, it's been a pleasure all season. And once again, we'll let you thank those that make it all possible to make it all happen here for you.
Yeah, for sure. Big shout out to Interstate Ford. We've had them on for pretty much the entire year, other than a couple of special races with the paint schemes and whatnot. But I want to get that that other win. I would love to get that championship for them, but after tonight's going to be a little bit more difficult to do that. So we're just going to have to try harder and try to get you guys in victory lane and hopefully get the championship. It's all we can do is just try to go for wins and try to get as much points as we can here. So big shout out to Interstate Ford as well as Allen's Arts Images, Bennett's Biblical, Jane's on Main, DeWeese Renovations, Boot 34 Diecast, and Rabbit's Photography, Blaze Designs, and Bully Dog Coffee Company. Like I say, you can use the code BRAX5 for 10% off there in the checkout for whatever coffee you're gonna try out. So I appreciate him for letting me do that, and appreciate all you guys for doing the broadcast, and I appreciate Tanner and all the admins for putting on the league. It's granted I'm frustrated. It was still fun, and it's still a fun league, especially it's just really nice to be able to at least go green on iRacing on a short track like that. It's that's sometimes better than an actual race. So that's something to be a little bit proud of for just everybody. So shout out to everybody for that. But we'll just, like I said, go to IRP.
Well, congratulations, Braxton. We'll see you in 1 week's time, buddy. Keep it wheels down, and we'll see what you got for him next week. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
That's Braxton Luis coming home in second, and I believe, Jason, you caught up with our third place finisher.
Yes, sir. I got him, Mr. James Pilecki, right here. Big third place tonight, buddy. Your car looked a little rough, but you managed third. That's pretty impressive. Tell us about this little bull ring.
Well, I shit the bed there on lap 18. That kind of fucked me. I don't know. I had a good car. This is my home track. I expected to be contending for the win, and qualifying, I stepped on it. I was fastest in practice, then stepped on it in qualifying. Heat race, was whatever. And then, lap 18, I decided the front wall wanted to meet my right front, and then I kind of got into Jackson after the wall, and that destroyed my left front. So I didn't think I'd even finish third. That thing was so towed out. I don't know.
I hear you, man. A long night, but a good night in the same way. But, I mean, the car, it looked rough, but it looked like a short track car to me. And you had speed all night long, like you said. This track is just wild to me. What was it like inside that thing, going around this thing, 125 laps?
Well, the first 17 was fine. after lap 18, it was not good. Like, I had to turn the wheel so much. It was so towed out. Like, it was just stupid. I'm like, my arms are crisscrossing trying to get the damn thing to turn. I already felt like the setup was kind of tight to begin with. I ended up going like all the rear braking that I could possibly do just to get it to rotate some. And it is what it is. You have those days, right?
Right. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'd probably never even made it 125 laps on something like this, but you did a heck of a job, man. I was pretty impressed with you all night long. But
I was really hoping we'd get a caution, but
yeah, I was.
Lo and behold, Slinger doesn't get a caution. That's weird.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was telling Al all night. I thought, man, we're gonna get yellow soon, but man, I very impressed. Only one yellow out there. I bet your arms are like Jello.
They're a little sore. I'm not gonna lie. They're sorer than they should have been if I didn't hit the wall.
You have to see about getting somebody to move that wall a little farther outside there next time.
Maybe add a little banking off of 4 or something. I don't know.
There you go. But heck of a job tonight.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you got anybody you'd like to thank?
Oh, yeah, I want to thank the Posse, Epic Media, Loco Toco Designs, One Life. Thank Tanner and all you guys for doing this. I haven't ran everything. I've only ran the 3 Crown Jewel races, so Wednesdays are hard for me to do. So, but I had to come out for my home track,
Right, I hear you the same way. I would definitely do that for the home track, but man, you did a heck of a job tonight. Man, if the wall wouldn't have got there, I think you had a shot.
I felt like I was faster than Brett, and I was trying to pass him in the beginning, but he was running like this defensive line, and I couldn't like set him up because he was coming off of 2 so low that I couldn't set him up to get underneath them, and going on the outside is not going to work. So I figured I was going to back off a little bit, and then I decided to hit the wall. So what are you going to do?
Well, that'll make the headline in the paper tomorrow. Hit the wall, didn't work out.
Yeah.
But hey, good job, man. Third place, and will we see you next week?
I have another league next week. We were off this week, so it just kind of worked out perfect. I'm second in points in that one, so
I don't blame you.
I'm trying to win that championship.
Well, hey, good luck, and hope you do that, and try to keep it off the wall. Maybe you can pick that win up.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, fellas.
All right, man. Well, good luck, man, next week, and hopefully we'll see you back.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, buddy.
All right, bye.
Well, that will do it for the LaPlante Racing Products post-race show. And Jason, like you said, 122 laps before our first yellow flag and a green-white checkered finish. And the top three, we just heard from them. All here tonight. For tonight's feature was Brett Hahn picking up the win, Braxton Deweese and James Pileski. Jackson McLaren will come finish 4th, Hayden Swank 5th, Braden Cook 6th, Jeff Dillon, Scott Negis, Zach Coyer, and Devin McDonald rounding out your top 10. 11th spot will go to John Kane. Noah Boucher will finish 12th. 13th, and Zachary Postma. David Payton, the birthday boy, happy birthday, David, will finish 14th. Heather Long and Debbie Cruz rounding out your 16-car field. Tanner Tallarico signed in but did not make it out on the racetrack as he was up in race control. And won't you know they go green to checkered. Probably one of those only nights where you want to race control and you didn't really need to.
Right, yeah, that's... Man, I can't believe it. You think that you go into something like this and you'd have a bunch of yellows, and those guys did a heck of a job. Only one yellow. I bet Tanner is over there just with all smiles saying, that's my league.
Oh, absolutely. And it's been a pleasure bringing you to the world's fastest quarter mile at the Slinger Speedway here in Slinger, Wisconsin. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's racing show. Jason, we'll see you next week as we head to the Lucas Oil Raceway, or IRP as I like to call it. We're going to see a lot of 2-3 wide action at track, very progressive banking. Really looking forward to that. Only 2 weeks left, and it's going to come down between Brett Hahn and Braxton Deweese for this championship.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting. You can hear the frustration in Braxton's voice tonight, Al.
You could, so you needed to get that win or at least beat the 71 to litigate some of those loss of points. And Braxton has had speed all season long. Just Lady Luck has not always been on the number 8 side. And the 71, well, he's had some rough races too. So it's going to come right down to the wire, I think, at the Hickory Motor Speedway and see who will win the 2024 Sunoco Summer Series here tonight, this season. And it's going to be interesting as Brett Hahn came in as the defending champion with the Super Late Models. And it's been nothing but a good battle so far between those two drivers all season long for the American Sim Racing Club Super Late Model Invitational Series presented by Sunoco. We'd also like to thank Tallarico's Boardwalk Sub, Jersey-style subs salads, serving West Michigan. Pro Coat Powder Coating, the Bubba About Broke podcast. And tonight's presenting sponsor, LaPlante Racing Products, proud sponsor of the Triple Crown Series. And we want to congratulate Brett Hahn on officially picking up that championship. And only 2 races left to go. We'll see everybody in Lucas Oil Raceway Park next week. For everyone here on the staff, I want to thank Jason. Keep everyone back at the studio. This is Upside Down. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.